The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both and be one traveller. Long I stood and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear. Though as for that, the pattern there had worn them really about the same, and both that morning equally lay in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way. I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling that with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less travelled by, and that has made all the difference. This poem was written by Robert Lee Frost, an American poet, and it was published in 1916. In the first stanza, the poem, just like a traveller, is faced with a fork in the road. By a fork in the road, it means he was faced with two roads, two identical roads, diverging right in front of him. So, symbolically, yellow wood represents autumn. Autumn could be seen as death, that season that comes just before winter. When a wood is green, the leaves are green. You know that everything is alive. But by yellow, it means death. If you're faced with this poem, you're asked about symbolism. A fork in the road symbolizes dilemma. Yellow wood symbolizes autumn. Journey symbolizes life. It represents life. And you are a traveler, which means human beings going through life. Looking at the two roads, he was confused. He didn't know which way to go. As a traveler, he had to pick one. People have misinterpreted this poem over the years. Now, coming to this poet, he was really talking about his friend who was faced with indecisiveness. He had a friend who couldn't make any decision. Okay, let's not see this as a poem. Let's bring it to our lives. When you're faced with a situation, with a difficult situation, you don't know which way to go. But you have to make a decision. In this poem, you could see choice, indecisiveness, and regret. Let's talk about it. If you're faced with a state of dilemma. You don't know what to do. You don't know which way to go. You need to take a path. You're not going to stand there forever. Do you want to be a medical doctor or a musician? Do you want to be an artist or an accountant? What do you want to do in life? And in the end, some people would regret. Oh, if I had married this person, life would have been better. Oh, if I had traveled to Canada, I wouldn't have to be or not to be. You know, you don't want to do this, yet you want to do that. And when it comes to that, I would advise you to look, just like the poet, look at the paths. You're going to see the road with more footprints, which means more dark leaves. When people trample on leaves, over time they turn black, yeah? So, which means people are going through that path. That path is more traveled by, and it could mean success. Then, this other path that nobody goes through, why is it so? It could be that there's no way there. It just ends somewhere. It doesn't lead to anywhere. It could be that the road is risky. You know, you could encounter anything there. It could just be that the travelers never saw that as road. What you call food might be poisonous to me. You know that? So some people see this as a road, and others don't even see that as a choice, as an option. So that people don't go through this path doesn't mean it is not okay. It could be that they never saw that as road. You know, less traveled by means people don't really go through that. You could be one of the pioneers. So taking that path means you could be among the pioneers. You know what pioneers do? Pioneers clear the way. Take YouTube, for instance. The first people that came on YouTube never talk about 4,000 watch hour. It was just like that. It was all rosy and, for them. And they were the pioneers of YouTube, yeah? Good. Are you following? Now, when it comes to making a choice, it could lead to destruction. It could lead to success. You never can tell. When you buy an item from Amazon or eBay or from any online store, sometimes you go to the review and you find out that people didn't review that product. So because there was no review on this product means it's bad. No, making a choice in life is important because whichever road you take could make a difference in your life. In the last stanza, he said, 2 roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by. He repeated I, the repetition of I and I. I could come to you and say, I did it. I did it. It means I am so proud of myself. I'm so proud of my achievement. I did this. Yes, I did it. With this emphasis on I. So this I took the one less traveled by. And that has made all the difference. This means there is joy in making a decision, making a choice, and standing by whatever result you get from it. No regrets. Do not regret any action you've taken in life. And look before you leap. Always remember, when you're faced with a fork in the road, to pause and look deeply. Make the right choice. Be with the right people. Do the right things at the right time to avoid regret. My name is Chi.